Welcome to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. If you would like to support this channel, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called Squeaky Chair. Years ago, I had a daily conference call that was always attended by the same 4 people. Myself, my boss Mike, and our counterparts from Los Angeles, Carl and Joe. One day we were discussing some paperwork when we hear a long screeching noise. What was that? Sorry, I think something's come loose in my chair. It's been making a noise all day. Sounded like a fart, to be honest. You need to lay off the taco trucks, man. Laughter was had, and the call moved on. But every day, Joe's chair was making noises, and they were getting louder and more frequent. After a week, Carl is annoyed enough to tell Joe that he doesn't want to hear that chair anymore. Do something about it. And the squeaks disappear. Fantastic. A month passes. Then one day, we are discussing some numbers Carl doesn't have, and he decides to walk over to Joe's office to grab a copy. Carl, muffled, "What is that on your head?" "It's the headset I bought last month, so you don't have to listen to my chair make noise." Carl, still muffled, "You know, that's not what I meant. I meant you need to call facilities and get it fixed or order a new one. But I like my chair." "Are you still gonna like your chair when you get written up by IT for plugging unapproved headsets into their telephones? Well, order a new chair, and I don't want to see you wearing that again." The whole time the conversation was going on, Mike and I were individually muted, laughing very hard. Carl returns to his office. Joe apparently unplugs his headset, because we can all hear the chair again, and the call closes normally. The squeak continued for another week. Knowing facilities weren't usually that slow, I asked about it. "Oh yeah, they delivered it 2 days ago. It's still in a box though. They didn't have time to put it together." "Oh, thank God. I'm gonna call and hurry them along, but as soon as the new chair is together, I want the old one gone from the office. You get me?" "Yes, sir." 2 days later, the squeak was back, and the very first time we heard it, Carl went off. "I told you to throw the chair away." "No, you said you wanted it gone from the office." "It is gone from the office. I'm working from home today." Mike and I could not mute in time, and we laughed at Carl's expense. "He's right, you know." "Well, then use that headset you bought. I can see it if you're at home. Can I?" "Yes, sir." The next story is called New Light Bulbs. Many moons ago, I worked for someone selling books online. He bought high-end computers, but was notoriously cheap in other areas. For instance, all the fire extinguishers were out of date, and we had 2 portable heaters for the whole building and no central heating. One day he stopped replacing the light bulbs. This included the book room, which has one small blacked out window. One by one, the lights went, until I literally couldn't see anymore. His solution was to buy me a wind-up torch. Well, this torch was loud and annoying when wound up. Every time he came into work and I needed to go into that room, I would spend a few minutes winding up the torch. He tried to ask me to stop, but I'd point out that all he had to do was buy some light bulbs. Eventually he gave in, but not before I annoyed the heck out of him every time he set foot in the office, because I'd always find myself a task that meant I needed to go in there. The third story is called Happy Holiday. This story is about one of my mother's co-workers. Basically, her office had a popcorn machine. This particular co-worker had a habit of abusing the popcorn machine and making popcorn regularly. He abused his popcorn privileges so often that the office put out a memo stating that the popcorn machine was now reserved for birthdays and for holidays only. Popcorn could no longer be made on any normal day. This co-worker began sending emails out to everybody along these lines. "It's March 31st. Happy National Crayon Day. I've made popcorn in the break room. It's April 2nd. Happy Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. I've made popcorn in the break room. It's April 3rd. Happy Pony Express Day. I have made popcorn in the break room." All of these emails would contain links to articles proving that these were legitimate holidays. Nobody fought him on this. This madman just kept on making popcorn whenever he pleased, so long as he could prove that that day was some form of holiday. I'm not sure why he didn't just bring a bag of popcorn for himself and always felt the need to use the company popcorn maker to make popcorn for everybody. There are many things I will not know about Popcorn Man, but whenever I'm celebrating National Adopt a Fairy Day, I eat some popcorn in celebration of him. The last story is called Once You Leave the Store. This happened in a large store in a European country. When you purchase something from them and for any reason want to return the item, the policy is that they never give money back. They only give you a voucher redeemable same day only. I went to the store today and purchased quite a long list of items. I got home and my wife looks at them and says that we don't need some of them. I go back to the store. Barely 20 minutes had passed. The returns manager smiles at me as I tell her I had just purchased these and would like to return them. She tells me that I stepped out of the store, so she can't refund me. She can only give me a voucher and I must buy something else. But I'd already bought everything I needed. Then she tells me to take the products home and keep them for the next time I would need to buy something. Then I can come and get the voucher and redeem it. Imagine keeping a pair of shoes and a ball and remember to bring them with you the next time you happen to need something. I tried to reason, but she was adamant. Those are the rules. You stepped out of the store, you don't get a refund. And then it clicked. I asked, so if someone wants to return an item without leaving the store, they get the money back? Yes. I asked to return the items and get the voucher. I take the voucher, get inside the store and find a product for exactly the same amount. I buy it with the voucher. Right after the cashier, there's the returns manager. So straight from the cashier, I go to her. I hand her that random product I just bought and say, I would like to return this, I don't want it. And I never left the store. She is looking at me with barely contained rage in her eyes. The awkward pause was getting longer. And then her manager comes along, looks at us and I smile at him and say, I never left the store and I would like to get a refund for this please. He nods. Silent and not looking at me, she proceeds to refund me the money in cash. Company policy, right? And with that, we end today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stories and today's video? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and want to support me, please subscribe and hit the like button. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.